This isn't logic, so let's see what happens. 8,000 fans here in day. Agustin Moreno, Javier Albalque, Pablo Rojo, Alejandro Canizo, Miguel will be starting in goal for Barcelona. His first appearance of the season after his back surgery. On the left, Frenkie de Jong, Marc Bernal, Lamine Yamal in midfield. We'll see if it actually is like this. Ronnie Bardi of the Cup. Okay, Guadalajara get the ball underway. Hasn't played that often recently, the Dane, but he's back in the side today, but not a bad substitute to be able to bring in. Decided it's going to be a let's defend in depth sort of game. And, just behind, well, stood just behind Joan Laporta. It's a constant stream on that right-hand side. Comes back to Garcia. In turn feeds Christensen. And again Joffre. Fermin Lopez. Cut from the middle. He has been in the news not just for his football but also for his social life. Rashford looks to work a chance. Just see him using a hand there. Manuel Ramirez. Usually substitute in the league is Dani Vicente. This stage of the tournament when he was on loan at Linares. Christensen wins the header. Battling well so far though, Guadalajara. Obviously his future is going to be interesting because if he wants to go to the World Cup, he does need to play. So will he be away in January on a loan? Decent ball in. And there's Marc Bernal again. Just opens up a wee bit. I think Agustin Moreno's going to have the legs to get on that one. Looks to hit that with the outside of his foot. He's done well to recover it though, as Fermin. This time he's worked a decent shooting chance, but it and a little bit hard. It was Christensen who was actually the deepest player for Barcelona, apart from Marc. Eric Garcia once again looks for Fermin, who's got past that first challenge, looks to set it up. There's Mayo. Canizo, well, you don't shoot, you don't score. Did very well last season under Pere Martí in the RAFF2 Guadalajara. When it considers Lamine, who's been very closely attended to so far. Been pretty reliable on those high balls, so Joffre once again does well under a bit of pressure. So boos, whistles a few for Lamine. Not the place to try anything a little bit too. These money was apparently made for reports on referees and scouting of those scouting reports, which is slightly surprising, isn't it? If they were scouting reports. Looks like a free kick there. So just about bouncing right in front of him. Ter Stegen comes out to Rashford over it, but Bardi goes for goal and wasn't very far away. Good pressure from Guadalajara. De Jong. Once again to Fermin. Deportivo Guadalajara, of course. Oh, that's a nice little ball flicked through from Bernal. Rashford, but it is Lanke who gets back to provide cover. Once again, freshly relegated because of severe financial irregularities. Once again, there's no space to find that pass. And the hard-working Fermin wins it, slams it just over the bar beyond. There's Canitho, once again under a bit of pressure there from Christensen. He's done well there. And goes down. That is a very good long throw. Nearly evades everybody. Again, it's Lamine Yamal right on top of him. But that does create a bit of space for Fermin, who flick at the near post once again. Fermin, and that's actually going to go out. Nice if he goes. Once again, good defending. Eric Garcia looks to get in there. De Jong to Christensen. Once again, Lamine just trying to get more involved. Forces another free kick, and that was Manuel Ramirez, who... Will he be looking for Christensen? But nothing one in the end. Once again, the Guad... And there's Lamine Yamal. Once again, gets bundled. Once again, though, that cross doesn't get past the defender. Lamine, I think he might have run that one out. But Bernal just slips in there ahead of Ramirez. Here come Barcelona again. There's a little push, and that's dicked wide. Another goal kick. But obviously they are fully professional. But if you're chasing the ball as they have on him in the out wide earlier on. There's Ronnie Bardi. Looks for Rashford. Great under Xavi Hernandez. He even had a loan deal spell with Girona. Oof. So Eric Garcia loaned to Girona the season they qualified for the Champions League. Oof. They stand with a temporary stand that was erected. Hang on a second, as that may or may... I mean, Yamal gets past Moreno. So again, look, 3 players chasing him around. Martinez. Moreno goes across to cover. It's clipped in by Eric. In the far post, and again Borja Diaz. Kubasi gets across, but leaves that short. And that... The referee whistles, and it's a foul in attack. It's got a bit too much on it. Rife. De Jong advances forward, but once again, defensive body there to make a block. In the air, woof. Casado, again keeping a good shape, Guadalajara. For me. Once again, it's a... Making his changes to keep that physical level high. Nice little ball there. It's Christensen who's advanced, but Rashford should collect that. Ooh, what's a heavy touch. Again, looks for the overhead kick. A little bit ambitious. Out that one goes for another goal kick. Probably been one of their most creative players. There's a chance on the overlap now. It's drilled in, and oh, that was so close. Great work on the overlap from Julio Martinez. Caused a few goals as well. That's given away, and here come Guadalajara again. Guadalajara can be tremendously proud of their efforts. So it just shows how adaptable a player he is, and good reason to explain that new contract until Dani Vicente once again punches away. It's with Lamine, cuts inside. This is where he's dangerous. Deflected over once again. And again, curled in space at the far post, and there Barcelona finally opened the scoring, and it's Andres Christensen who has put the ball into the Guadalajara net. Relief for Barcelona. Koundé gets caught in possession, but Koubasi. Canizzo brought down by Salifa. What can the big striker do? Still a chance though for Guadalajara. Pump that one in. And again, Ter Stegen called it. Salifo behind him. On the overlap, but this time it's Rashford. Can he make it two? Marcus Rashford doubles Barcelona's lead. Lovely ball from Lamine Yamal. Skips past Dani Vicente, and Barcelona have a second goal, which means that injury time will be a little bit more relaxed